this revenue share that everybody keeps talking about? In this video, we're going to break down what revenue share is, a simple overview, and we're going to talk about if it makes sense for you or not. Stay tuned to the end of this video so I can tell you why our company has one of the best revenue share models out there. So revenue share is when the broker pays for the referral or the attraction of another agent when they perform a transaction. Now there's different caps and different limits, but basically you recruit someone or you attract someone because they find some type of value with working with you, and then when they make a sale, the broker cuts you off a little piece. There's different revenue share models out there at different brokerages with different levels and different percentages. Where I am at Real Broker, there's a 5-tier system. So what happens is there's 5 tiers. So when you directly attract somebody, they fall into your tier 1. They attract someone that's your tier 2, but that's their tier 1. It goes for 5 levels. Now, the interesting thing is, at the time of this video, when I was comparing the revenue share at different places, Real Broker has one of the highest payouts on the very first few levels as far as revenue share goes. So they'll pay you 5% on the first level. Different companies have like a 2%, 2.5%, 3.5%, and then they get bigger as you grow higher levels. But the interesting thing is this company pays the most at the top level. So this is not going to be the right company for someone who's a great recruiter, who's going to have like hundreds of thousands of people under them on their bottom levels. This is going to be a better opportunity for someone who's not, the best recruiter in the world and has like a smaller circle and feels more connected with like their first, second, and third levels because they pay out higher on those levels. Don't get me wrong, if you recruit a lot of people, you'll still make a lot of money over here. But the other revenue share models out there are geared towards promoting you getting down to like your 7th level. And for me, after 3 years of doing it, I never got past like level 2 or 3. So when I started looking at this revenue share model that Real Broker offers, I saw that they paid more at the top. I quickly realized when I did my math that I would make more money over there. So on your first level, you'll basically get 5%, and then it goes down. On your second level, you'll get 4%, then 3%, then 2%, then 1%. So it goes down. So deeper down in the levels, you'll get the smaller cuts of revenue share, but you could probably influence more of the people on top. So that's why they're giving you more money at the top of the revenue share. Now, there's a $4,000 max on the first level, and then the other levels have a lower max. And what happens is once the agent has capped with the brokerage, then they stop taking the split from them. Then that's when the revenue share will stop until their year renews. So the time that they start at the brokerage, that's going to be their anniversary date. It doesn't go from like a January to like a December, unless if they join in January. So what happens is if they join in February, then it'll be February to February. And that revenue share cycle resets after their year is up if they've already capped. Now, if you made it to this part of the video, then this is exciting news. So where I am currently, they've introduced some revolutionary enhancements to revenue sharing. And one of them is co-sponsored revenue share. So what co-sponsored revenue share is, if someone finds value in more than one person, like in 2 people, and would like to name them both as sponsors, where I am at Real Broker, that's actually allowed, where they can name 2 sponsors. So let's say they find value in someone who's good at video and someone who's good at lead generation. They're able to name both those sponsors to be able to basically have them both help them in their development. Other companies, I'm not too sure if they have co-sponsored revenue share. Where I was at previously, they didn't have it. People had to figure out different ways to configure their revenue share organizations or downlines to be able to all benefit from it. And it was too complicated because it was kind of like you join under me and they join under you and we both get paid. With co-sponsored revenue share, that changes everything. And then the last thing is there's willable revenue share. So when you pass, your revenue share will be passed down to your family or whoever you designate as your beneficiary. So that's it. That's basics of revenue share. If you want more information on it, you know where to reach me.